guys, so I'm going to unpack my new phone today. I've got the new Huawei Mate 10 and I'm very excited. It's come all the way from Hong Kong, but it was cheaper. Website called eGlobal Central, which actually, though it was a long time for the parcel to arrive, it was worth doing. So here it is, all bubble wrapped, and oh my god, so they really have wielded this tight from eGlobal Central. So that was quite an ordeal. But, oh, look at that box. That is so clean and shiny and amazing. Oh my god. Oh, I could just keep the box. So, I've got some scissors now. These shoes are lethal for ripping tights. I've got these nice pink shiny shoes for my shoe, but they just tear every bit of tight, every pair of tights I have. So remove the plastic. So these were an appropriate choice for removing this. Ah, it looks even more amazing when it's, oh, that's upside down. What a lovely box that comes in. And oh, wow. Amazing. Look how shiny that looks. Oh, that comes out. It's got all these little tabs that you remove. Well, I got this one in midnight black. There's a cheaper one in, what was it, mocha brown, but I just thought, do you know what, for the sake of 20 quid, I'm going to have a nice black phone. The mocha brown one was just a little bit like a phone that looks like it's made of poo, so wasn't really feeling that. So yeah, the midnight black is a pretty sexy colour. Oh, and you've got the dual cameras on the back there, as you can see, and it is so shiny at the moment. Oh my god, amazing. I love it already. Oh, there it is, switching on. Look at that clean Huawei. Oh, it's amazing. It looks so nice. It's just like the nicest looking phone I've ever had, I think. And so I've got the old Huawei. Well, it's quite an old one. It's an X-Media Pad and it's a pretty large phone, to say the least. This one is a little bit more of a normal size. I'd actually get stopped on the street because people would comment on the size of my phone, but I like the big phone. But as you can see, it's got a massive crack down one side, which is a real shame. For ages it was perfect, and then I think what happened is one side of the case just kind of peeled off a little bit and the whole thing just smashed. The camera, I think, suffered with that as well because it doesn't even focus, so not so good. So I'm going to forget about the SIM card for now. We're going to cut it just so it fits in. So I'm going to pick English there. No SIM inserted, so wait for that. Agree to terms and conditions. And yeah, so it's basically just talking about Wi-Fi services that you want. So I actually find that quite annoying when it just randomly switches to Wi-Fi, because it's usually like a BT open zone that you don't want, so I'm going to disagree with that one. And weather service, let's just go with agree for that. Well, I don't know what, apparently the battery is really good, so I'm gonna turn all like the little gizmos on and see how it kind of drains the battery, because it's a 4,000 milliamp one, so it should be really good. I mean, that's partially the reason I bought this, because I do a lot of commuting, so I need something which is going to last on the train. Okay, so that's Wi-Fi. I'll just connect. Before I get stuck into what I'm most excited about, which is the camera, I'm just going to show you what else the little box comes with. So it comes with, I think, a little case for your phone, which is a pretty basic case. I've already ordered a different one, so I guess I'll show you the difference of the two cases. So this comes in a little plastic thing, which is quite unusual for a phone to actually come with a case, in my experience anyway. So this is the case. It's very basic. I mean, if you dropped your phone, I think it would probably still crack, but it's nice that it comes with a little case. And it comes with one of these little pin things that I showed you before, so they're always good to have. So do keep that safe as well. I've got a little box of knickknacks where I keep all my little things, like tweezers, you know, SD cards, that sort of thing. And yeah, what's up? We've got a pair of very basic earphones here. Pretty uncomfortable as earphones go. Pop it into the jack, yeah. Oh, fingerprint ID. I love that. That is very exciting. You know, you just really feel like you're in the future when you unlock your phone with a fingerprint. Okay, so Spotify is up and running. So I'll give this a go. Turning the volume up. Oh, it always gives you a little warning about turning up the volume in modern phones. I think it's just so they're kind of protected if you damage your ears. But I was trying mine right up. I'm probably going to be deaf by the time I'm like 40. Do you know what? These aren't bad earphones. Do you know what? For a free pair of earphones, I'm actually very impressed with those. They really aren't that tinny. That is very surprising. So I'm not going to slate these earphones at all. Wow, I'm actually really impressed. So not only do you get the sexiest phone ever, but you get some really nice earphones. So you've also got a standard charger, and actually they gave me a UK charger because a lot of people were complaining on the reviews that you get a Asian charger, which doesn't really matter because you can just change the you can just change it because it's only a cable. Pop it into your phone and plug the USB into a UK charger, so no issues there really. So as for the phone, it's very light. It's a good weight. It looks aesthetically beautiful. We got small bezels here, so lots of screen size. And the screen it's not curved, but it is slightly further out, I would say, than some of the other smartphones. So the screen looks really, really nice on it. I can't comment on battery life so far. I'd have to sort of download a really battery intensive app, but I have heard very good things about the battery life on this, so I believe that it is one of the best. So I'm going to have a little look at the camera now. So far, as you can see, it is a very crisp camera. All with me double. I'm a big fan of nice colour photography, so I'm just going to take some pictures and I'll show you guys later what they look like. So this is just my shoe. So we've got a, sorry, don't mind me, got a automatic setting up at the top, so you can choose auto flash, flash off and flash on, so that's pretty standard. And then we've got a little wide aperture enabled, so I believe that you'll get a lot of depth of field, like shallow depth of field with that. So you get that sort of bokeh soft focus effect with wide aperture. And portrait enabled. So I suppose that's if you're taking a picture of a person. There's a pro camera option here as well, so you can change your ISO. People tend to prefer lower ISOs just because you get little grain, but nice, you can get, I mean, grain doesn't necessarily look bad, I think, so sometimes it actually adds to a photo, so don't worry too much about that. Shutter speed, you know, obviously the higher the shutter speed, the less blur you're going to get, but if you're shooting at sort of like, depends how shaky your hands are, if you're shooting at sort of, for me, like 1/100th or below, you have to be really quite still with your hands. So as I can see, that's actually created a much brighter image, which I prefer. This pro camera option is great because it kind of adheres the photo to how you want it, like a DSLR would do. Yeah, so you've got an exposure compensation option. Oh, and you've got your classic white balance settings as well, which is great. And they really are very different. So you've got cloudy, which gives a very yellow effect, as you can see. And then you've got tungsten light, very blue effect, which obviously in tungsten light it would balance that yellow. So this is just under very sunny conditions. And oh no, I think that was iridescent, sorry. So that's iridescent. And then we got tungsten, which is very blue. But I actually quite like sometimes shooting in tungsten settings because it kind of gives a really nice effect. And then sunny, which is like it is today, which gives a very nice colour balance. So there we are. The camera is really, really cool. And lots of customizable settings, which I will have lots of fun with later. And so we've got this option as well at the top for vivid colours, which I love this option because I love to shoot like high hypercolour video, and I do paintings as well, so that would kind of create some really nice references. So I'm just going to take a picture of my shoe again, and you can see the difference. Camera, so I'm just going to swap it round to the selfie kind of option. Oh my god, so it's got this kind of portrait mode which makes you look like you've got flawless skin, which I don't quite like doing because then you kind of look at your normal face and you're like, ugh, that's not what I thought I looked like. So you've got, but if you want that option, you've got portrait enabled, which just makes you look like a porcelain doll basically. I'm very happy with this so far. I think this is a fantastic phone, great camera, highly impressed, definitely not disappointed. Easy to use, nice to hold, and just smooth, gorgeous. I'm going to just pop my other case on so you can see what case I'm actually going to use. But I am very, very clumsy, so I have to put a case on my phone that is properly durable. So pop this on, just ruin the beautiful phone with proper brick case. But to be honest with you, if you're buying an expensive phone like this, get yourself a good case for it, because the last thing you'd want to do is it to be cracked. It just takes the whole edge of the thing. So get yourself a nice case. So far I would rate this phone 9 out of 10. In fact, probably a 9.5. It's difficult for a phone to quite reach a 10 out of 10. I think, you know, had it had a curved screen, it would be a 10, but it is very, very close so far. So thoroughly impressed. Like I said, it's very smooth, great interface. You know, hundreds of apps, obviously through Android, and they're all going to run really nicely because it's got a great processor and great 4,000 milliamp battery, fantastic camera. And very affordable. I paid $430 for this on eGlobal Central, which is, you know, did take a while to arrive, but it did arrive. So I'd recommend that website if you want an affordable smartphone. And I don't see that it would be that different to something like the iPhone X or the new Samsung, to be honest. So that is the Huawei Mate 10. Thank you for watching.